Back. Now, a showdown between Parliament and the Executive is expected Tuesday next week when the Senate convenes for a special sitting to debate the Division of Revenue Bill 2021. Disbursements of 339.8 billion shillings of the revenue through conditional allocations from the national government lies in jeopardy after the High Court ruled conditional grants cannot be contained in the Division of Revenue Bill, not even as memo items. And as senior political reporter Patrick Amimo observes, it may not be business as usual unless Parliament enacts a law to deal with conditional allocations, loans and grants.
The government plans to allocate 409.9 billion shillings to county governments in the 2021-2022 financial year that commences on 1st July. Out of these, 370 billion shillings is an equitable share. The Jubilee administration has over the years been factoring conditional allocations and grants in the Division of Revenue, yet micromanaging and controlling release of the monies from Nairobi. In 2016, the Council of Governors moved to court to stop inclusion of conditional allocations in the Division of Revenue Bill. In December 2020, High Court Judge James Makau ruled that conditional grants cannot be contained in the Division of Revenue Bill. Makau said conditional or unconditional grants should be disbursed to counties through the County Revenue Fund. It will not be business as usual for the government. A technical committee of the Senate that scrutinized the judgment said in order to facilitate transfer of conditional grants to County Revenue Fund, there is need to provide a legal instrument to enable the process.
Our hands are a bit tied. However, when it comes to the matters appeal, the AG's office has already issued a notice of appeal, which is normally a standard way of approach whenever a ruling goes against the executive.
The government had allocated 7.2 billion shillings in conditional loans for leasing of medical equipment by county governments. Kenya signed contracts with 5 private firms in 2015 to lease various specialized medical equipment at a cost of 38 billion shillings. 2 years later, the contract cost was varied to 63 billion shillings. The Council of Governors said it signed the controversial project under duress. A Senate ad hoc committee that investigated the deal described it as a criminal enterprise. However, its report was shot down. The ruling will affect disbursements of 332 million shillings meant for construction of county headquarters.
The only way to ensure that the Senate has an input on conditional grants is to have a comprehensive legal framework of how those conditional grants go to counties, how the conditional grants are being spent, and therefore oversight. Otherwise, all the Division of Revenue Acts we have done, Mr. Speaker, Chairman, have all been academic.
We need to deal with this matter in the long term because it will eventually claw back or eat into the mandate of the Senate.
Various conditional allocations from loans and grants by development partners amounting to 32.3 billion shillings are in jeopardy. They include the 4.6 billion shillings IDA Kenya Devolution Support Program and 2.2 billion shillings in Universal Healthcare Project. Other projects include 6.4 billion shillings National Agriculture and Rural Inclusive Growth Project, 7.8 billion shillings Kenya Climate Smart Agriculture Project, 2.8 billion shillings Kenya Informal Settlements Improvement Project, 5 billion shillings Water and Sanitation Development Project, and the 1.3 billion shillings Sweden Agriculture Sector Development Program, to name but a few. Patrick Amimo, KTN News.
And on to diplomatic matters, Tanzanian President Samia Suluhu